Senator Markey.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Welcome. The bipartisan infrastructure law ushered in an historic era of investment for passenger rail in the United States. This funding is already at work building new rail corridors, expanding rail service. It's really doing a great job, and the President deserves all of the credit in the world for helping to lead us, and we thank you, Madam Chair, for all of your work as well. So for each of the nominees, please answer yes or no. Do you agree that in order for passenger rail to succeed in this country, it needs reliable, sustainable funding, building on the investments of the bipartisan infrastructure law?
I'll start, and yes, but I also want
yes or no. Yep. Mr.
I also want to congratulate you on all of your years of service on behalf of people with disabilities and for your commitment to accessibility. Thank you.
Thank you. I guess we'll allow that. Yep. Thank you, Mr. Gross.
Yes.
Mr. Latham. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, probably the most important thing.
The most important thing. So, Mr. Batory, do you agree, yes or no, that the #1 priority for Amtrak must be safety?
Unequivocally, yes.
When it comes to trains, safety must be our top priority. There's no better way to ensure the safety of both passengers and the communities nearby railroad tracks than to have a well-resourced, experienced rail workforce. This committee has heard over and over again that having multiple crew members on the train in East Palestine increase safety and help prevent the disaster from being even worse. And the Federal Railroad Administration's objective research on this issue is even clearer. When the FRA has, while the FRA has found that technology can make our trains safer, it also found that technology is no replacement for having multiple crew members on each freight train. And despite these safety benefits, when you led the Federal Railroad Administration, you roll back the requirement that freight trains have 2-person crews. So, Mr. Batory, yes or no, do you believe that it is safe to allow one person to operate a 2-mile-long train?
Senator, I'll just answer it this way. I have no yes or no answer because I do not believe that there's a uniform crew size that fits the entire network of the United States of America. I will say, though, that we do have a very effective tool from Congress called the Railway Labor Act. It's 98 years old, and I used it all 46 years of my railroad career successfully, and that was seeing rail labor and railroads negotiate working conditions, benefits, as well as compensation. And that's where it belongs.
Well,
and
Mr.
that's how we achieved what we achieved today in the way of crew size, from 5 and 6 people down to 2 and 3 today.
Well, I think
and the
you
people
can
closest to the
talk
railroad
about collective
industry
bargaining, but then
are
our committee is
those that you
responsible for
negotiate.
making sure that there's safety. You know, that we put safety #1. You already agreed on that.
I will never compromise safety.
Well, you were the top rail safety regulator at the time. I need to know whether you thought allowing fewer people to operate long, dangerous trains made the system safer. So let's review, Mr. Batory, what the research from FRA actually says. Multiple reports over the past decade found that technology simply cannot replace the safety benefits of having a multi-person crew aboard a train. Those reports found that the technology that the railroads say can replace certified conductors does not check alertness or fatigue of the engineer, does not assist with physically demanding tasks like securing a train with hand brakes during an emergency, and does not assist the engineer when complying with restricted speed zones and avoiding on-track collisions. In fact, operating the technology can actually distract an engineer from what is happening outside of the train. From Quebec to North Dakota, we've seen over and over how expert teams of crew members can save lives. And that's why I'm so proud to say that my provision to require two-person crews on freight trains was included in the Railway Safety Act. We thank you, Madam Chair. And I will always work to ensure safety is our top rail priority, whether those trains carry freight or passengers. I think it's imperative for us, and it's actually why I was working with Senator Vance on including that language in the bill. That's about as bipartisan on this committee as you're ever going to get. So I just
Thank you,
think it's
Senator
imperative that we move forward, and I thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Thank you, Senator Markey. Thank you for that important leadership. Senator Moran.
Chair Cantwell, thank you.